Okay, welcome to video number 2 in this series of setting up and using your WordPress blog. And we're going to cover some basics now in terms of posting some actual content. So here I am back in the dashboard. And to post a new blog post, I'm going to go over here to posts where I can simply add something new, or I can go to this icon right here, plus new, add a new post. Okay, so as I click on that, it will pull up the field where I can type in a new post. Now, I had something copy and pasted just for the sake of time so that you don't see me type. And this is where I'm going to type, right where my mouse is. This is the field that I'm going to type in, and you've got all your typical formatting buttons like bold, italics, strike through, bullets, and so on and so forth. Now, there are two ways that you can enter copy for your blog post. You can do it here in the visual editor, which is what I'm defaultly on, or you can use text. Now, what's the difference between the visual and the text? The text strips all the formatting so that you can actually see it via code, versus visual, which is you seeing it the way that you would see it on your blog. Why would people use text? It's because that you can get into some of the formatting issues that are there that you might not be able to see in the visual. So I'm just going to copy and paste, or cut and paste. I'm just going to paste right here in the visual. And this is some copy that I've written before. Okay, so here we are. We have all this copy that I wrote for a marketing post, for example. And now if I click on the visual tab, I'm going to see this kind of formatted a little bit different. Okay, so let's say that I want to format some of this a little bit more. I can do it just like I would in a word processor and highlight this and either bold it or italicize it, any of these other things. If I expand the formatting buttons here, I can use the more formal headers where it's like this, and this particular theme will, under heading 1 or heading 2, change the size and real format of these subheads. Now, right here, the title, this is where I'm going to title this blog post. So I'm just going to put in marketing basics for the heck of it. And as I do that, what's going to happen is that this right here, this permalink, is basically my blog domain with a date, and I can hit edit to customize the link for this particular blog post. Now, this will often do it automatically. I'm just typing it in for the sake of time. I'm going to hit OK. And this link will basically be my domain with a couple of slashes and marketing basics. Now, if you remember the plugin that I shared on the previous video, I'm going to scroll down, and here's where you can see it. WordPress SEO by Yoast. And if someone happens to come across this blog post in a search engine like Google, this is the snippet that they're going to see. This looks real familiar, right? Whenever you've Googled something, text is going to come up looking like this. And so here's my headline for my post in the blue. Here's the link. And then here in this lighter gray text is what we call metadata. Okay, and this metadata is a great way to clue in people who are browsing into seeing a snippet about what your post is about. Now, using this plugin, WordPress SEO by Yoast, let's say that I want to really get this post optimized for people who are looking for marketing basics. And so I'm going to type that in to my focus keyword. Now, the great thing about Yoast is that it pulls up some other common searches. And then let's say in my meta description, as I hit that tab, I'm going to type something maybe from my original blog post that will clue somebody in again into what this is about. So let me just think of something. Here are 5 marketing basics to help you launch your blog. Now, the great thing about Yoast is that it takes my focused keywords and tells me, hey, have you put it in the article heading? Yes. Have you put it in the page title? Yes. Is it in your content? No. Is it in your meta description? Yes. These keywords, the marketing basics, are in these things. What I want to shoot for is getting them into all 5 of these categories if possible. Now, if it doesn't show in your page URL, that's what was up here before. It's just not reading because I haven't saved the draft yet. So I'm going to save this draft. And again, this is not live yet. It's just saved as a draft. And if I want to get a look at it, all I do is I hit preview over here. And it will pull it into another window where I can kind of see what this post will look like. So you can see here's my headline, Marketing Basics. I'm in the Executive Pro template. So I scroll down. If you remember that piece of text that I really highlighted and formatted in an H1 or H2, heading 1 or heading 2, this is that, an ultimately squandered audience. So this is the way that it looks when I do that formatting. So it's a great way to get some bold-faced and larger text in there the right way in the formatting. So just like I would in setting up the other stuff on my back end, I can get back into my back end by just clicking dashboard. Well, or since this is a preview tab, I can just go back to the original one, and this is what it's based off. Now, when you get confused, I often close out my preview tab so I don't end up editing in the wrong one or the most recent one. So you've just got to stay on top of it. But that's how you post a blog. So let's go ahead with it in terms of finishing up this post. Now, when you scroll down here on the right side bar, you'll see a couple of other options: categories, and then tags, and then a featured image. In your categories, these are maybe subjects that make your post a little bit more identifiable to a reader. So I don't have any set up yet because this is a brand new blog. But since this post is about marketing, I'm going to add a category. I'm going to type in the category. I'm going to say it's marketing, and I'm going to hit add, and WordPress assumes I'm typing that in right now because I want this post to be in there, and I'm going to untag uncategorized. So this post is going to fall into my marketing categories. Now, these tags are used for keyword searches through your blog. So if somebody gets into a search section on your blog and wants to, maybe pull up business or marketing, then WordPress will know to kind of send them to this post. I'm not going to do anything too different. So just to stay consistent, let's just say marketing, and I'll add it. And there it is. And then a featured image is simply a picture that you want to associate with your blog post. So when I hit featured image, you see that it pulls up this whole section where I can add a photo. And because it's a new blog, I don't have any items yet. So there's nothing here for me to upload. But if I wanted to, I can simply do what I've always done in other layouts, which is just drag and drop a picture here to this file or whatnot. So just for the sake of it, let's just grab something here. I'm just going to screenshot this, make a picture out of this app here. You can hear the camera go off. And so here's a picture, and I'm just going to drag it over. And WordPress pulls it in, and there's the screenshot. And you can title it, you can put a caption if you want, you can put alternate text if you want, you could put a description of this. This is all used for search engine optimization as well. But let's just close it out. I'm going to say set the featured image, and every theme does that differently. So you're going to see the featured image here. And if I want to check one last time before I publish, I can hit preview, but let's just go ahead for the sake of this demonstration and hit publish. So now that I've hit publish, this post is live for the world to see. Okay, so tells me that the post is published. It's confirmed it. I'm going to view the post because I want to see what it looks like. And there's my hard work. Here's the marketing basics. There's all my text, all my copy. And here's my comment section, and so on and so forth. So that's how you post a blog post. Now, if you're wondering where did the picture go, some themes feature the picture right in the post. Other ones don't. So let's say that we wanted to pull that same picture and make sure that it shows up in the post. I'm going to go back to this particular post, and there's two ways you can do it. You can go the long way back through the dashboard or through the post menu. But here, because WordPress knows I'm logged in, I'm just going to hit edit for this particular post, and it's going to take me back right to this in the back end. So let's say I want to add this picture. I'm going to put my cursor here. Let's say I want to start the post off with a picture. I'm going to put my cursor there, and then I'm going to hit add media right there, and there's my picture. Here are some settings, whether I want it to be aligned to the left, to the center, or to the right. I'm just going to leave it on none. I'm going to disable the link, because what that simply means is that if somebody clicks on the actual picture, it'll take them somewhere. There's no real need for me to do that on this one. I can adjust the sizes here, but since this is such a small screenshot, it's only leaving me one option. I'm going to say insert into post, and there it is. Now you can see that the text is on the bottom. If I want that to be flush up to the top, I can just click the picture here and this little icon and say that I want it aligned left, and it'll pull the text up. So let me just show you again. If I do none, it's aligned that way. If I align it left, it'll pull the text up. If I do it center, okay, that's what it'll do, and right, the opposite of left. So I'm just going to hit left just for the purposes of this demonstration. And again, I could have done that before, but I wanted you to see it here in this menu. I'll hit update, and now I'll hit update again, and this will make the changes live. So now that it's confirmed that the post has been updated, I can view the post, and there's my picture, and I've aligned it to the left so that the text is following alongside it. So in a nutshell, that's how you post a blog in the back end of your WordPress site. Okay, and make sure that when you're blogging, you are using the full advantage of that SEO plugin down here at the bottom. You can see I've hit 4 out of 5. I didn't really type in marketing basics anywhere in my copy. I could have done that really quickly, but that's just a great way for you to kind of see how all of this works. Now, if you want to play around with these other tabs in WordPress SEO by Yoast, go ahead. You can do page analysis, you can do advanced, and then social is one of the handy things. It should pull the meta description from the first tab here in general, so that when you post this blog post on your Facebook page or on your Google Plus page, it'll pull that metadata for you. If you're paranoid or you find that it's not working, just copy and paste it over into this, and you'll be all set. Okay, so that's how you post a blog post. Those are the real basics of it. Again, you're going to play around with different formatting and settings depending on the theme that you have active, but you can see in a nutshell, gets done pretty easily. Okay, all right, happy blogging.